Good morning. We are parked here in Princeton, the same load we had yesterday. Went home yesterday, spent the evening and night at home, and left today first thing in the morning. Secret little parking spot, if you guys are ever looking for a secret one. And the gas station's all full of trucks already. This one's often empty. Some sections are a little soft on the ground there, but this parking area is usually empty, so shh, our little secret. But yeah, our ugly load. I'm gonna go up, climb up out of Princeton, up Highway 3 westbound, and climb up on Mine Hill. Somebody suggested doing Mine Hill with the camera on top. Of course, the suggestion was going down Mine Hill, but we're going up it, and we're pretty darn heavy, so it should be a heavy, slow pull up. So yeah, we got a little climb here leaving Princeton.
Because
Let's turn my radio down. And then once we're through the first hard little climb, there's a bit of a straightaway. But at the end of the straightaway, it's pretty darn bumpy. Hopefully the load cam catches how rough of a ride it is inside the truck. And then we got to go down a steep little narrow valley and then a hard climb up. Take this lane right away, right? Yeah. Whew, okay. Very unique geology here behind the Billy's restaurant and on the side of the road here, the way the cliffs are. Very unique. My goal is cross the ferry earlier than my appointment time, get to the customer, untarp, and be ready to unload first thing tomorrow morning. And then hopefully that sets me up for a swift return across the ferry and head back home. Hopefully. Now we're doing 35 kilometers an hour. Like I said, we're quite heavy. Pretty darn near on the max line for the drives, and pretty darn near to the max weight on the bridge, but the pup is a little on the light side, so the front half of the truck pretty darn heavy, the pup is a little lighter, so it should be a nice slow hard climb, but not crawling at 20 kilometers an hour either. maybe 25. This section coming up over here where we lose the passing lane has had some serious problems with landslides. The highway wants to slide off the cliff. Spent a lot of money into construction trying to stabilize this. It really is a very steep, jagged little hill here. It's steep down on the right side and steep down on the left side. Mario's towing over here. Don't see their big red tow truck. I think they bought that red tow truck from Jamie Davis, or just bought a very similar truck to the old Jamie Davis tow truck. Most of Mario's trucks are white, but they've got some other ones different colors. Got a gravel pit over here. Let's see, two front loaders and one excavator working, a couple of trucks. Flashes on. I'm slow and slowing down. Okay, I lied. 21 kilometers an hour. 18 kilometers an hour. Speed limit's 80 here. Kilometers an hour, getting our speed back. There's a lumber log yard here on the left. And they take all the small trees and shred them up into wood chips, and the big trees they save and they get chipped out to lumber mills, I guess. Kind of separate them. Basically, is this tree more valuable as lumber or more valuable as wood chips? pressure's off. Speed limit's 100 kilometers an hour up here. And we'll get to it. 90 right now. Zoom, zoom. Up over here, you've always got to watch out for a lot of deer. Maybe not this time of day, but earlier in the morning and later in the evening, just tons of deer in this area. Every now and then you'll see an elk or a moose, but mostly deer. You guys can see it in the video, but in the background I can see Mine Hill, and you can see the little glimpses of the road and the actual mine. But I know on camera the wide angle lens never does it justice. Alright, here comes the bumpy section. Time for a rough ride. Yeah, she's bumpy. It's like frost heaves that have just gotten worse and worse and worse every year. They just need to dig out the whole road and rebuild it. The way it is, you pretty much have to dig down deep. If you just scrape the top and smooth it out again, within a couple of years it'll be bouncy like that again. You got to dig down like 6 feet and put in a bunch of rock and gravel and rebuild the road, maybe even deeper than 6 feet. Alright, here's our little dip into the valley, and then our hard climb begins. Time we're done, there's likely going to be a long lineup of traffic behind us. I mean, Mine Hill has a passing lane, but by the time we're to Mine Hill, there will be traffic behind us. Although all the tourist season has kind of ended, so there's a lot less traffic on the highway now. All the kids have gone back to school. Well, at least lots of kids have gone back to school. into the blinding sun. Start this climb, you definitely want to keep your eyes on your temperature gauges. If she starts getting a little on the high side, perhaps let off the throttle a little bit. And of course, you can't account for hoses that are near the end of their life, or hose clamps, or whatever might go wrong in the coolant system. Hills like this will often make those problems. The parts that were near fail are going to fail on a steep hill like this. I've had a coolant hose blow off or blow up climbing this hill myself. Only 2 vehicles behind us. Yeah, tour season's definitely over. A month ago, a line would have been 20 or 30 vehicles. I wish this corner wasn't as sharp. It'd be awesome to carry some momentum up this hill. So this is the beginning of Mine Hill. You can see some of the mine buildings sitting over there. The hill in front of us, it's all man-made. It's basically all the rock they moved to get to the copper. Man-made mountain. We get to drive beside that man-made mountain on the left-hand side here, all the way up to the top of the hill. Right-hand side always have a bit of a viewpoint looking back down. If you look closely, you can find where the road is down there. You can also see this Milkamine River all the way on the bottom. Just judging on the forest fire smoke, or the lack of forest fire smoke coming up to Manning Park, that fire must be under control or something, or at least getting close to under control, because it's burning a lot less. It's producing a lot less smoke anyway. 22 kilometers an hour. This is the steepest section of Mine Hill right here. So I'm not sure where the original highway here was before the mine. I think it's pretty clear that just looking at the clues, geology clues, that the mine built this road to go around wherever they were digging. What are we seeing up there? Seen work on Mine Hill in like forever, and there's work being done on Mine Hill. This is new. Looks like they're building a road on the edge. I wonder if it's just a fire barrier or... just be building a fire barrier for fire safety. But I've never seen any work over here. And now I'm seeing work. Yeah, there's a big cat. $5K or something like that. Huh, that's new. Work on Mine Hill. And it looks like they're dumping it on the top layer there. That's very interesting. I'm not sure what the plan is there. Almost to the top. Got the brake check, Mine Hill brake check on the left-hand side for people coming down the hill. Yeah, so if the original Highway 3 was down lower, that must have been closer to where the Dudney Trail was down there too. Well, that Jeep has got a flat tire. headed up the hill. And now we drive to Sunday Summit and go right back down. We'll leave that for another day. And I'm seeing like no forest fire smoke that way. I see some clouds. I don't think that's forest fire smoke. So that seems to be good news. There might be a bit of a haze down there. But nothing like we were having. Yeah, just see some clouds here and there. Not really any smoke. If there's smoke, it's just blending right in with the sky. Anyhow, I think we'll leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the hard climb up Mine Hill. On to Vancouver Island, deliver this load, and then we'll head back home tomorrow. Hopefully we make it home tomorrow. That would be my best scenario. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Really, really appreciate everybody that has hit that join button down below. Means a lot to us, so thank you. For now, we're out of here. You guys rock.